Hi, my name is Dana Mikalovic, and I'm the Executive Director of the Good Neighbor Health Clinic in White River Junction, Vermont. I'd like to tell you a few things about the clinic. We are a free clinic for people who live within 30 miles of White River and who have a low income. Typically, we see people who are uninsured, but we also see people who have deductibles that they can't afford to pay. About half of our patients come from New Hampshire and half come from Vermont. We see about 1,500 people a year. Usually people come twice or more. So we see about 3,000 patient visits a year, and we provide medical and dental care. The Red Logan Dental Clinic is also located under our umbrella. We're located at 70 North Main Street in White River Junction. If you'd like to call us to make an appointment or see if you qualify for or to volunteer, our number is 802-295-1868. We provide all of our services through volunteer and student-driven care. That's important to know. So please call us also if you'd like to volunteer, or look at our website, which is goodneighborhealthclinic.org.
Walking through this life of mine, well, it's teaching me so many things, like how to love and how to lose and how to choose.
Well, hello, this is Linda Carpenter, and welcome to another edition of Walking Through Life. Today I happen to have with me Dana and Seal. I can't pronounce your last names. I'm sorry. I do that all the time.
That's quite all right. My
So-
name is Dana Mikalovic.
There you go. And Seal.
I'm CEO Furlong.
See, such difficult names. But they're from the Good Neighborhood Clinic. You're the executive director,
That's right.
and you're
I'm the nurse case manager.
case manager.
Yeah.
So you take care of the people and what services there are.
Yeah, make sure that everything happens for them.
Right. So I think what we want to start with probably is the mission statement or the mission of Good Neighborhood Clinic. Who you serve.
Sure. Good Neighbor Health Clinic was started 22 years ago to serve people that live in our region. And right now we serve people who live within 30 miles of White River Junction who need medical and dental care and don't have the means to afford that.
And some of the people you serve, we were talking a little bit about transitioning from not having insurance to in between that time. And we're
There's
going to talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So I'm new. I've been with Good Neighbor for 6 months, and I've been learning a lot. It's a wonderful organization. I'm very pleased to be there. So it's been a little bit of a learning curve for me. And one might think that with the advent of health insurance for everybody, that people don't need Good Neighbor, and that's far from true. What we're finding is that there's many people who are in transition. They've lost a job, so they may have lost their health insurance, or they're just getting a divorce, and maybe their spouse provided the health insurance. Some people are homeless. A lot of people are in transition, and they come to us at that time. And the other thing that we're finding is that people who have health insurance can't really access care given their deductibles. So if someone thinks that they might benefit from our services and they're low income, it's really worth a call to Good Neighbor to see if we can help out.
Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how people would find you. I mean, obviously they can call you, but I mean, if they're not familiar with White River Junction.
Well, we have a website,
Oh, you do? Oh, good.
goodneighborhealthclinic.org,
Yeah.
and our phone number is 802-295-1868. We're not a walk-in clinic, so we do appreciate appointments.
Yeah.
And we're located in White River at 70 North Main Street. It's just across from the Tip Top Building.
Yeah, right across from the studio here.
That's right.
So Seal, I don't mean to just not talk to you too, because I know you're going to talk quite a bit about what happens at the Good Neighborhood Clinic, the services that you provide for people.
So we have lots of great volunteers, doctors, nurses, community members. It's just about 150 dedicated volunteers that come to Good Neighbor yearly, so it's amazing. They're really the heart of Good Neighbor. Everything happens because they're there, and they come from all walks of life, so it's pretty special. So did you want me to talk about some of the providers, doctors, nurse practitioners?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
We have a psychologist that comes. We're always kind of looking for new people. We have doctors, a neurologist that comes. We have an orthopedic specialist. So it's so great for me as the case manager because I can match up that person to the right provider that's coming in. So like Friday night we'll be having a clinic, and so I already had somebody call and I said, well, that would be great for you to see a neurologist because
Right.
that's what they were worried about. So it's really amazing.
Yeah. I'm sure they're very grateful they got you there too, you know.
Yeah, I've been there probably going on 16 years now,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's nice because it's very healing for patients and for me because they know when they call, you know, I know what they need before they call, you know,
Yeah.
so it's really beautiful.
I think that's the gift of volunteering too, is that you're giving of yourself to others, and it does, it affects you. It makes
Yeah.
you feel good, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, I found that with volunteering, it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing just to give of yourself, you know. I like that too. And I know you always have that, so. I know you.
Yeah, I know you too. So we have some great programs too. Do you want me to mention
Yes.
those now? We have primary care, we have health promotion and prevention, exams and screening, we have women's health, great diabetes care. We do chronic diseases like hypertension and asthma. We help people with diagnostic testing and lab work, and we help them with their medications.
Oh, good,
We
yeah.
help them get healthy too. We have so many opportunities. We have a health coach now that
Oh,
works
nice.
with people. So we're always trying to, you know, find people to help our patients. They tell us sometimes what they want, and we see if we can find it for them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty special.
Yeah, it is. I know, speaking for myself, when I did have services at Good Neighbor, one of the most healing parts for me was actually the acupuncture and the massage therapy. It was just,
Yes.
and you know, I think the massage therapy was not only for the muscles, but also for relaxations, as
Yeah.
well as the acupuncture. And I've always been one of these people that's very holistic, and to actually be able to get those services for the short time that I did,
Yeah.
even then, I mean, it was really, really nice to have that. Really nice.
Right now, our massage therapist, in the winter, he usually has to work another job, but
Yeah.
then maybe we'll see him when it gets
You tell him I said hi.
warmer. I
Tell him I
will.
said, it's the same one, you tell him I
Yeah.
said hi.
It is.
I'll have to come in there and see him, say hi. That would be another thing that, you know, a lot of people do want to volunteer doing anything, and I'm sure you have volunteer opportunities for people. I remember once that I was told that you need somebody to shovel out your walkway.
Yeah.
And just knowing that that was just something that somebody could do, because there are a lot of volunteer opportunities for a lot of people. And I don't know what your need for volunteers right now are, but
And I think some of that is on the website, so
Oh,
just
great.
so you know, yeah, what kind of volunteers we need.
yeah.
It's important for us to really match every volunteer with a job
Yeah.
so that it's meaningful for the volunteer.
Right.
We're lucky that we have so many volunteers, and that allows us to operate the organization on a very lean basis. It's a small budget, so we have volunteers who mow the lawn.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It is. We have a volunteer there this morning who's painting.
Nice.
We had a little bit of a repair done inside. We have the old plaster walls, and he's doing a little paint job.
Yeah, there used to be a library there.
It was.
Yeah.
But every clinic has, so we have asthma specific clinics during the day and the evening, and there's a team of 4 people. So there's a physician, a nurse, a clinic manager, and a receptionist. So every clinic has a 4-member team.
That's important.
It is.
I mean, you know, and I think it's great, and I think that it's great that we're seeing that you guys go into specialties such as diabetes, and you had mentioned GBI, how do you say that?
OB/GYN, yeah.
I
Women's
haven't
health.
needed one of those for a long time.
Women's health.
Hypertension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or heart problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, blood pressure, yeah.
And
Which
we're
is
open
important.
Mondays through Fridays, that's probably good to know.
Yeah.
And we have clinics all over the map. We have them in the mornings sometimes, in the evenings. We have out,
We have satellite
Lebanon,
clinics, so
yes.
we have locations in Lebanon, in Mascoma,
Nice.
and we have doctors who go to the Haven, a special volunteer who does that paired with Dartmouth medical students. They do outreach at the Haven and the Claremont Soup Kitchen.
Nice. You know, and it's so nice to be able to have services like this to kind of ease our minds that people that we don't think will be able to get help, can get help from the Good
Yeah.
Neighborhood Clinic. It's very important, I think.
yeah.
And so many people can benefit, but also we can feel like we can be a part of it. If we can't do the volunteering, we can send in a check or, you know, donate money, because you always need money for anything, you know.
Yeah.
Donations are always appreciated. We get a little bit of money from the state of Vermont, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And our local hospitals are also supportive, which we're very grateful for, but largely it's from individuals and foundations that we receive contributions, so.
Isn't it nice to know that Vermont, New Hampshire is so open to donations for Good Neighborhood Clinic? And
Yes.
Well, the Upper Valley is very
Yeah,
supportive.
Absolutely.
So
I think we live in a special place.
Yeah,
the
we
Upper
do.
Yeah, we
Valley.
do. don't
Yep, we do.
We do.
Some of the other free clinics in Vermont are kind of jealous of
Yeah.
us, but it's our location that makes it so great.
Plus, you know, I think as people in the community, we can see how beneficial your services are, you know,
Yeah.
so donating, you know, we often feel like we can't help, but donating, you know, donating money or whatever, going to your website to find out more about you and making little donations or any donations at all, I think is how we can help you help people.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also have the Red Logan Dental Clinic
Yeah,
under
talk
our
a little
roof,
bit about
which,
that.
right, I don't want to forget to,
No, we don't want to forget Red Logan.
it's so important. So they're under the Good Neighbor Health Clinic umbrella and have been with us, co-located, and it's part of our organization now, going on 16 years. So there's a waiting list to be seen at Red Logan. It takes commitment to be a Red Logan patient, because we do have some requirements that people take a oral health preventative care workshop first. But then once people take the workshop, we can schedule them pretty easily to be seen at the clinic.
That's important. You know, I can totally see where oral health workshop would be beneficial to people. You know, as somebody that's lost my teeth at an early age, you know, I think that if I had had the education, it maybe been able to be helpful for me too. You know, and I just really credit you guys for education. And I know, Seal, that you do a lot of education classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could talk a little bit about that, what you...
Well, last night we had this great diabetes education. We have a specialty clinic every Wednesday, once a month, I'm sorry, on a Wednesday. And so we have, last night it was a registered dietitian that came and spoke with the group about how to live healthier and change their lives and deal with stress. That was the focus. So every month that we have it, we change the subject. So it's really special, so they're just learning how to take the best care of themselves that they need.
Sometimes when you're not able to care for yourself and you're not able to, you forget some of the things to do to take care of yourself.
Right.
And, you know, I think that's a tool that you guys offer people, and it's so important, you know, for people to take care of themselves, even though they,
And stress is really a
Yeah.
difficult problem for many of us.
yeah,
And then you take the stresses of daily life and you throw in the stress of not having enough money to,
Yeah.
you know, to make a decision, well, am I gonna buy a gallon of gas or am I gonna buy a gallon of milk for the kids? That really can make people's health problems that much worse.
yes, because you can get very sick when you don't take care of yourself, very sick.
Right. So we're hoping, we would like people to call Good Neighbor Clinic. We would like people to come. We would hope that we are a safe and trusted place in the community. From what I've seen, I believe we are. And that
Yeah.
people will come and get the care that they need.
I know confidentiality is a big thing with Good Neighbor. It's very important. It always has been.
Yes.
Confidentiality for your patients.
Yes, and always will be.
Yes. So you want to make sure of that, you know.
Uh-huh.
And so people out there can feel safe knowing that if they do choose to go to the Good Neighborhood Clinic, that they can obviously get services and know that their information is not going to go out to anybody else.
That's right.
Correct.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure that makes people feel a lot more safer and things like that too, yeah.
No, we are compliant with HIPAA and all of the regulations. People do give us permission to share their information with other hospitals, say a larger hospital if they need specialty care, if they're going to be referred on for an MRI or CAT scan or blood work or.
Or they get on insurance and they go to a new doctor.
Yeah.
Right,
You
we'll
know.
help them find a medical home, but we don't talk with anybody without the patient's permission.
That's important, I think, too. And see, I know you've always been great with individuals coming in and needing care. You seem to understand how scary it can be, you know, how scary it can be.
Yeah.
You know, stress, like you said, stress is such a big thing, but, you know, and it's like the anxiety of, okay, I need help, but how do I go about it? And, you know, the stigmas and the shame and the, you know, not feeling like you.
Just coming into the doors, I think, helps right there.
Yeah, just by,
I see people walk in and you can see the whole stress on their shoulders of life, and then
And then
they leave Good Neighbors smiling.
yeah,
So it's
because they
really-
know they're gonna,
Yeah.
they're gonna get help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got a friendly face like you, and, you know, so I just think that Good Neighbor's a positive place, and I've done a lot of work with you guys off and on with shows and things like that. But we always want to know here, especially at CTVN and Walking Through Life, when you have events, like fundraising events and things like that, so that we in the community can be a part of that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
We had a very successful event last fall with Symphony New Hampshire, and we've just heard that they're coming back again next fall. So that was at the Lebanon Opera House. It was, it just really surprised everybody who attended the program, the excellence of it. There was a young woman, Caroline Goulding, who was a violin soloist, who was, she was, I think, age 22. And for people who enjoy music, classical music, she's going to be someone to watch. So we're hoping to have her revisit us next fall.
I think that would be exciting too, and I wouldn't mind being there to, maybe you can get permission from her to film it, you know? That would be great, or film part of it, you know what I mean? Like, maybe she could talk about why she's doing it, you know, and then at the end we could talk about how it went, you know, things like that, you know? I think that would be great, the community would love to see, you know? Because then they'll want to come to the next one, because they've heard about what it's like being.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Yeah. And I hope you guys know at any time, if there's anything that I can do here personally, or that CATV can do to help you guys out, we obviously would like to do that.
Oh, we
Thank you.
appreciate that. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'm really good at drawing cartoons. You might need a cartoonist. No, actually, I'm not a professional. Anything I draw is not the same, but it's usually on an individual, like you said, on an individual basis. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's like my sisters. I'm writing a book right now, so I'm making all these cartoon figures of us sisters and things that we've done over our lives, you know, when we were small or whatever. And just the memories just come flowing out, and it's just so wonderful. And as somebody as myself that suffers from mental illness, this is one of my healing tools. One of my things that I do is make myself feel better.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and it's so good to know that we got you guys here. You know?
A lot of our patients have maybe some mental illness,
Yes.
maybe anxiety or
Yeah.
depression. And there are people that come to us, you know, when other things in their life may not be going exactly as they have planned, and they've got a relationship with a doctor, a volunteer physician that they've built up over a period of time, and they turn to us. So we're not providing mental health counseling on a very limited scale right now. There's a psychologist who volunteers and a psychiatrist. But we are looking to make some improvements. We have a social worker that's going to be working with some of the physicians in the clinic, so she'll help Seal with some of the follow-up with
That's
people.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's good.
That
I'm
would be
glad you
great.
guys have, I'm glad that that's an important part of Good Neighbor. Yeah. So important.
Yeah.
So important because there's nothing like not feeling well. You know, I mean, crying all the time when you're depressed or just not being able to sit still without shaking or whatever it happens to be for you.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that if we find a connection like Good Neighborhood Clinic, at least then we know somebody knows and they're going to be willing to help us. And I think that's so important.
And we can get people in pretty quickly,
Yeah.
unlike the dental clinic, but within 1 to 3 days.
Well, for the medical clinic
Yeah,
is,
for the medical. Yeah.
yes, if someone calls, they can be seen within 1 to 3 days. The dental clinic is longer. It's probably 4 to 6 weeks after someone takes that class. Although if someone's in pain, if someone has a toothache, and they tell us that, we will fast track them and get them in as soon as possible.
Yeah, that helps. They don't have to go
Yes.
through it.
Yeah.
I know toothaches are.
Right. Well, it's, you know, if someone's got an abscess and they need antibiotics and an extraction, I mean, we don't put that off. We want to help them immediately.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you know, it just sounds like there's so much to Good Neighbor. I mean, there's a lot going on there that I think some of the people in the audience really don't know about. And it's so nice that you guys come here and kind of educate the community and
Yeah.
follow up with me. And I know that there's new things going on. I love that.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I like to stop by and say, hey, I'm here. You know, like Christmas, you know, Thanksgiving,
You are a good neighbor. You
Yeah.
are a good neighbor.
Well, thank you. You know,
Thank
it's
you.
people like you and organizations like you that help so many people that need help. So many people.
I think we're still strong too, because the founders of the clinic are still a part of it.
Really nice.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seeing patients still and everything.
Yeah. Oh,
Dr. Paul Manganello and Dr. Peter Mason still volunteer.
that's great. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, that's just.
And they're two of our most consistent, best volunteers.
And we have lots of doctors that have been here for as many years as they have even. Dr.
Right.
Badani, I can think about a bunch of them.
Yeah, we shouldn't single anybody
I
out for
know.
special praise, but they are all special.
Yeah,
Right.
they are.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them.
And like I said, it takes special people, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you guys, the doctors, the volunteers, the people that mow the lawn to make it look nice or take care of the garden or shovel the snow,
Right.
or the receptionist that greets people with a smile and helps them to
Yeah.
feel better, you know. This is all important, and I just love to talk about what you guys do and your vision for the future. And I liked what you had said at one time, is that the Good Neighbor will go on until there is no need. But obviously, there's always going to be need.
I think so. I really think there will always be a need. We've seen it shift a little bit. But right now, about half of our patients come from New Hampshire and about half come from Vermont.
Yeah.
And what we're hearing is about 5% of the population remains uninsured. And I want to just give you a couple of numbers if anybody. So when we say low income, if one person has a monthly income less than $2,431, they would qualify to be seen at the Good Neighbor Clinic. And for a couple, that number is $3,277. So that's our definition of low income. And there are a lot of people in the Upper Valley who are, working in retail, maybe a couple of minimum wage jobs, and who don't have access to care.
For one reason or another, they can't afford the care. the health care.
Right. They might have health insurance and not be able to afford the deductibles and the co-pays, or they may not have health insurance.
Or they have health insurance and they can't afford like medications. I had a friend that went through that. He couldn't afford her medication.
Yeah.
She's diabetic, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but when someone's living on a pretty limited income,
Mhm.
it gets hard. We have to pay the rent first, right? And then if someone's got a car and you've got those expenses, children, you've childcare, it all adds up. And oftentimes, dental care falls to the very end of the list, and medical care does too. People put off caring for themselves. So we're hoping that they don't put that off, that they come and see us.
And and again, I can't say that enough, is that you take care of number one, you have to. And, people like Good Neighborhood Clinic and the Haven and, all these services that we've got here to help us, I think are so important for people, whether they can't donate, but yet they can get services. Because later on down the road, if they think about it and they've gotten these services, they're going to remember something nice that you guys have done, and they're going to want to come back and plant a pot or
Yeah.
shovel the snow. And, it's all like giving back.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
often have people get back in touch with us. I've talked with one young lady who's received care, and she's now a nursing student.
Nice, nice. And I'm sure that feels good to see them come back.
Right.
So I thought about something. I thought about something when we were talking about mowing the lawn and flowers. Wouldn't it be great if we got, just, everybody that would like to combine with a little tiny pot with some kind of flower in it. And then we could, put it out in your garden. I've seen your garden out there. It's really nice, Wouldn't that be neat?
Yeah.
And did
Yeah.
people that have gotten services or whatever, go pick a flower, bring it, or, put it in a pot.
Maybe when spring comes, as you can tell
Well,
by
yeah,
where
right.
this is
right
winter.
now. No, not right now. I'm sure this will
We're all hoping that spring will be here soon, but
Yeah,
I
but
think it might be a little while.
I grow a lot of flowers in my garden, so I'll definitely
Yeah.
be giving you guys some.
Thank you.
I grow
Thank you.
tulips and all kinds of things.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I call it my meditation garden. It's great.
Yeah, there's so much that we can do that's good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Gardening is one of those things. It's very
Exactly.
relaxing.
Yes, writing, drawing, gardening, whatever.
Walking, getting some exercise.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
We often have patients bring in vegetables from their garden.
Nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
special.
Yeah, I can remember coming in there and somebody was making zucchini soup, I think.
Well, here's another,
It's like, you want a bowl of soup? I'm like, yeah.
we have wonderful churches in the Upper Valley, and I just want to mention, we have groups that bring, when I said we have teams of volunteers, many of the volunteers are coming from their regular 9-to-5 job directly to volunteer, and we have groups from area churches that bring in the meal, the evening meal.
Yeah,
So, and they've
That's
been
been
doing
nice.
this for years.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
So many area churches. I don't want to try to thank one or two because I'll leave some out, but there's a group of about 8 or 9 churches that
Yeah.
really support the volunteers and Good Neighbor.
And I think it's so important. And again, Good Neighborhood Clinic couldn't run without you, Seal, without you, Dana?
Dana.
I that's right, yeah. They couldn't run without you guys, and, I want to confirm to everybody how important Good Neighborhood Clinic is, and that we support you.
Well, thank you.
And if you can't support with money, bring a flower.
Bring
A little flower. In the spring, when the flowers start blooming, bring them a flower, they know you care. That's something, draw a picture and stick it on, Yeah, I think that's important. But I do know that we're going to be working with you guys on doing some PSAs and some other things. And I want to make sure if we can to to do this on a regular basis with you guys, you know?
Thank
You know, so we can find out in the community what your needs are, but also what you do for people that need services and how we can help.
Thank you.
And I just thank you both for being here and, you know, look forward to talking to you again really soon.
We will come back anytime.
We're
That's
right
good.
across the street.
Right across the street. It wouldn't take them but 2 minutes. But anyway, this is Linda Carver now, and I am going to say goodbye for Walking Through Life show today. But please keep Good Neighborhood Clinic in your mind when you think about making your donations this year. And if you can't donate, then bring a flower, draw a picture, whatever you can do, anything. Bring a smile to somebody's face. Okay, we'll see you next time on Walking Through Life. Take care.
Walking through this life of mine, well, it's teaching me so many things, like how to love and how to lose and how to choose.
Hi, my name is Dana Mikalovic, and I'm the Executive Director of the Good Neighbor Health Clinic in White River Junction, Vermont. I'd like to tell you a few things about the clinic. We are a free clinic for people who live within 30 miles of White River and who have a low income. Typically, we see people who are uninsured, but we also see people who have deductibles that they can't afford to pay. About half of our patients come from New Hampshire and half come from Vermont. We see about 1,500 people a year. Usually people come twice or more. So we see about 3,000 patient visits a year, and we provide medical and dental care. The Red Logan Dental Clinic is also located under our umbrella. We're located at 70 North Main Street in White River Junction. If you'd like to call us to make an appointment or see if you qualify for or to volunteer, our number is 802-295-1868. We provide all of our services through volunteer and student-driven care. That's important to know. So please call us also if you'd like to volunteer, or look at our website, which is goodneighborhealthclinic.org.